Alright, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to a brand new video. It's your boy on Fireman, and today we're going to learn how to play Cammy. Now I'm gonna be for this video I'm gonna be talking about the light buttons and how to use them properly, the setups behind the light buttons, etc. Now I'm gonna try and keep this short. Now obviously there are more for I can go on for hours and hours on the light buttons, but I kept it short. I kept it beginner friendly, and if you're maybe diamond and above, you probably know this already. So again, take this with a hint of salt. Now, even if you're low, even if you're gold, and you're silver, and you know these things already, you're probably not using them. So again, these are important tools. I use them in masters all the time to trick my opponents. So these you will go a long way learning these. So what I'm gonna be basically doing by default is 1 2 3, right? 3 lights, boom boom boom, right? If on hit, you're going to be basically going for spiral arrow. Again, you can basically spiral arrow into boom boom boom, spiral arrow, and you can do that over and over. On mesh, if your opponent is meshing, basically you can do them over and over and you'll win the game, obviously. Now the beautiful things that we're gonna talk about now is what we're going to do on block, right? So this is where this is where we start having fun, right? So we have the tick throw here. Now this is our first option, tick throw. Now this is obviously on the ground, boom boom, right? Easy to do. Now on jump, this is also another tricky options now, because not all buttons or jumps are equal. So let's say we do a light, right? We cross up, we do light, immediately grab, right? So there is no delay. A light button into immediately grab. Now let's say I do a heavy here and I time it the same way I time my lights here. So boom boom, and see that I whiffed, right? Now I didn't move, and see how I'm gonna connect now. Now obviously if you guys figured it out, there is a little delay where the opponent Cammy is in hit stun. Now when she's in hit stun, I can't basically grab her, right? So I whiff, as you see. Now so we need to time it boom into boom. So there is need a little bit of delay. So boom into boom, right? So be careful. Obviously the medium is also a little bit tricky, and so you need to figure out the timing and to make it perfect. Now on lights, it's immediate. On heavy, you need to wait a little bit, right? Otherwise you're gonna whiff like I did now. So make sure that you keep that in mind. And now we basically have other options, right? So again, this is our tick throw. On jump, this will be our tick throw, and if we're basically standing face to face, this will be our tick throw. Notice that this will not work on the light kick, standing or crouching, but however this will work on basically both standing heavy punch and standing light punch and crouching light punch. So I digress. So we do boom boom boom, right? On hit we go forward. Now we have our tick throw. So what's the second option here? So we can do boom boom, and this is on hit, both hit and stun, by the way. I'm talking both hit and stun. So boom. Obviously if you're hitting if you hit the first tick, you basically can't throw immediately. So be careful. This option is the tick throw is only on block, right? So again, if you basically if you hit connects, you need to do a little micro walk, and obviously you throw. So again, so we have our tick throw, we do our tick throw, right? So these are our two options. Beautiful, 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 especially with Cammy, since her walk speed is there. It's basically unreactable. So what our opponent do here? What do you think our opponent will try and press a button, right? So as you can see, he's trying to interrupt me. Now this will work fine with also a 4 frame. What do we do here, right? So we can boom boom boom. Now the question that you guys should ask, well, it's nice that we get a hit, but it's only 360 damage, right? And it doesn't convert. it doesn't convert. I can't basically convert it into an arrow, right? I'm not gonna basically react to an arrow and be like, oh, I'm so great, I reacted, right? It's pretty much impossible for us at this point. However, if the problem is, we're basically afraid maybe he doesn't, you know, what if he doesn't press a button and now we basically whiffed an arrow, right? And we're getting punished. So we want an option that is safe. So what kind of safe option that I want to talk about? Obviously we're going to do our default option here, 3 lights into basically counter hit. Now that counter hit is going to be extremely important since it's going to convert into a crouching medium punch. Now it's very important that we get that right, since we're going to do something like boom, 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 boom into basically drive rush. It's extremely reactable. You guys can basically do this on block, right? If you miss it, you miss it, right? There's no backside to it. Really, you can be punished, but the timing is extremely short that I don't think your opponent will basically be able to react to it. So which makes it a very reliable option to end in. So make sure you get the time right, and yeah, you can catch your opponent off guard and basically do hella options, right? And you can basically finish the game. You can take your opponent to the corner, and yeah, the choice is yours at this point. You can get more damage, and yeah, so this is basically how you deal with this is how you play the standard light buttons, right? Tick throw, double tick throw, right? Double tick throw, and if your opponent starts basically interrupting you, you can basically now do your thing, right? And punish properly without being afraid of, you know, losing out on damage. All right, so at this point we have our plan ready. We have our options both on block and on hit. So what can go wrong, right? What basically can go wrong is our opponent start throw escaping, and the reason for that is you're basically destroyed all of his other options. Every time he interrupted, you blew him up, and now he's basically forced to basically throw escape. Now what we can do is pretty simple, and that's a shimmy, right? And from there we can basically do anything that we want, right? So we can do a corner carry if we're in the middle, right? There's multiple options that we can do. We can even finish the game this way. The only thing that I want to mention, obviously on the ground you can basically do it anytime you want, at any button you want. So the only thing that I want to mention here is once you do a jump in. Now on jumps, unfortunately you can't shimmy a light button, especially on cross up. So on cross up we're forced to basically, it's much easier to defend the cross up, right? Since you can't shimmy the cross up here, and we're basically stuck doing our either throw or basically throwing lights. Now that becomes different if we're jumping in with a heavy button. Obviously on a heavy button we can basically shimmy, boom boom boom, and do our thing. So if you condition your opponent properly, if you do a heavy button into a throw, at some point you can do this. And yeah, this becomes your option. So again, I'm gonna repeat it. On hit, you can't shimmy your opponent. Even if you wanna basically do a double jump, it's impossible for you to do. So again, I never tried it with mediums. Yeah, you can't probably do it with mediums too. Yeah, even so, light kick you can if you space it properly, I think. However, I don't really do that much medium jump-ins. So again, either heavy jump-ins shimmy or don't shimmy with lights. Have a nice day and enjoy your video.